to our channel, The Sisters Corner. So here we will be continuing part 2 of the reunion.
Of the mess.
Of the mess.
Just so you know.
Of the mess.
Yeah, we're just gonna keep talking about where we stopped last time with the couples.
Yeah.
So there's some couples that were in the other half of the journey. Yeah. So we're gonna talk about them.
If you missed part 1, I'm gonna put the link somewhere here that you can check out.
Somewhere here. Now let's move on to Jacob and Ailey. Let me
Okay.
do Jacob and Ailey. See, Jacob. Guys, I don't even know what to do with this couple at this point. They're messy. They should be called the messy bunch. That's what they need to be named. The messy bunch. Jacob,
the body language was so off. Jacob was just like,
if they allowed him, he would have penched on the edge.
Yeah, he was like, I literally came here to collect my last check.
It was like,
that was his body language.
Check, please.
He was not in it. It was not into it at all. Apparently this was the first time.
Jacob was like, oh, so you haven't seen your wife in so long. Oh, sorry, Kevin was like, oh, you haven't seen your wife in so long. So what do you, she looks so good today. This is part of the things why I was getting angry at Kev. Like, you can already see that this
the body language. He's an instigator. Kev was an instigator.
Yeah, it was like, he was like, oh, so are you not so excited that she looks so good? I was like, I'm pretty indifferent. That's what I said.
If Petty was a person,
that would be Jacob.
It would be Jacob. No. Jacob could not even compliment her.
I wrote it. I said, Kevin, you were poking.
Yeah, he definitely was.
Leave the bear alone, okay?
So, this was the first time they've seen each other since decision day. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
So they did a flashback of their marriage, and it wasn't even ups and downs.
No,
it was just down.
It was down. After had the sex, it was just down.
So what I wanted to pick out was they showed a scene where Hailey said that, you know, she came into this marriage with the best of intentions. And what I just want to say to Hailey is that it takes more than intentions to make a marriage work, because it takes more than intentions. It takes actions. Because what we now found out was that Jacob now revealed that off cameras, behind the cameras,
she wasn't talking.
They barely spoke. She did not speak to him. But then his frustration was like, now when the cameras come on, you're kind of like making it seem like I'm the bad guy.
Right.
So Hailey, yes, you came with the best of intentions, but
how did you make that into action?
You didn't exactly. You didn't put any actions into it. And through it all, you just made him seem like the bad guy. Everything he did was
right. So
everything irritated you.
Yeah, I'm going to do a whole Jamie right now. I'm going to backtrack a little bit. The thing for me is that before I was 100% on Jake's side. Now I'm like 70%. I moved a little bit. And the reason why I moved a little bit was when Kevin played back the Dog and Jamie season. I actually watched that season. It was the first one I watched it. Alero, this girl, the cry they showed, the snippet, wasn't up to what she did on her wedding day.
Right. So Jamie broke down when she saw her husband. She was like, I'm not attracted to you.
Even when she saw him coming down
she physically broke down.
You could see her, she was dying and shriveling.
Yeah.
You could see it. And I remember how much Dog had to work. I had to recollect that in my memory. How much he had to work and how much he was able to find the balance between pushing and moving, pushing, withdrawing, not losing himself.
And that's what Pastor Cal said as well.
And I felt like as much as Ailey was like, if Jacob touched her, she was shivering up inside and doing things inside. I felt like what still pisses him off, and I understand that totally, is that she still doesn't see what she did wrong, which can be frustrating.
She didn't.
It can be very frustrating when you are not taking accountability, you're not taking responsibility for your action. I understand that. I totally get that. But I felt like even with some of the things that we saw on camera, now that I think back and I compare what happened with Dog, I feel like there's some things that Jacob could have done differently.
So I have mixed feelings about that, because even Dr. Pepper was like, she called Hailey cold. She said Kaylee is cold, and if she continues this behavior, she's fearful, afraid that there will not be anybody that meets up to her standard. So my thing is this: why is the onus on Jacob to be the one to make Hailey like him?
So
why does he have to change his personality?
First of all, I don't want it to come across like that. I'm not saying he has to change his personality. I'm not saying that he has to. Dog still didn't. When I think back to that, he didn't change his personality. He didn't do any of those things. But one of the things that really solidified some of the things that I felt like he could have changed was when they asked him, even at the arena, what do you like about her? And he said the kneecap. Like, bruh.
There was a flashback. No, this was not even the reunion. There was a flashback during their wedding where I think one of the fishbowl exercises they did. Yeah. One of the questions was like, "What is your favorite thing about your partner?" And Jacob says, "You have nice kneecaps."
Kneecap. Whoa. How? So like that was something that just solidified that some of the moments where he could have maybe
romanced her.
Yeah, approached her a little bit differently, softer approach, a different approach. He probably wasn't. That's why I said it's before I was with him 100%. With 70%, it's still an A. It's still getting an A+. If that's what we're thinking about, right? It's just now I just saw that there was little bit. Would that have changed the outcome? Only God knows. We don't know, right? I don't know. But I'm just saying that even with that, I feel like he probably has a little bit of work that he needs to also understand, right? And take on, right? That's what I'm saying. But Ailey is just delusion about how much she did in this marriage. Yeah. And I can understand why anybody, and that's what he kept on talking about. It was like, I don't want you to still keep saying that you did all you can. That's what is pissing him off. Stop saying you did all you can and making it seem like I didn't even do anything. That's what, and I totally 100% on that point. I agree with him. I'm just saying that Kudi is, toned down the sarcastic comment a little bit.
So from what he said that he did try to get to know her. He did push off from asking,
and it's like they said they communicating differently, because when he was like, I told you I wanted to learn how to dance. She was like, you never did. I don't say you're a liar, but
you're lying. They have different communication styles, different sense of humor, just different everything completely. But so what Pastor Cal said was everything that you said. Right. He said that, he wished that Jacob had a little bit more swag, just not being fixated on that whole attraction thing.
Not see, even throughout the whole conversation on the couch, he's so stuck on that word, you're not attracted to me. He could not get past it. Yeah. He could not get past it. And every time, and I'm not disputing that he had to, because if you're touching someone and they're like,
I was going to say that.
But I was hoping, what I would hope, or maybe I would have done differently, was that let's leave relationship at that point. Let's just get back to having fun. That's one thing.
But then the problem is, because they have such different styles of humor, even when he thinks I've backed up from the relationship and I'm having fun, she still doesn't connect with him. Like, she just doesn't understand his sense of humor and vice versa.
Right.
For me, it felt like Jacob is just unique and quirky in his whole being, that he needs somebody like Amelia and Bennett. Amelia, that kind of personality that can really vibe and feed off the energy that he's given. So I feel like Jacob, in his mind, in his way, thought that I've backed up from the relationship talks. I'm trying to get to know this person, but then again, he didn't do it the way Hailey wanted. That's where the disconnect was.
I see what you're saying, guys. This one was just a bad match, and the experts be taking, and they've been watching this reviews for sure.
They do. So they thought this is a case of where opposites
were, and they were hoping that Jacob's stability and consistency would grant. Nah, bruh. She belongs to the street.
I'm just a bit upset that you watched this show back
and you still
did not even take any accountability or even say, what, Jacob,
and even I apologize. The bracelet gate, she still didn't see how that was wrong.
That's why Dr. Pepper said she's cold.
No,
Dr.
she's
Pepper
cold.
said she got an ice box.
That was so tacky.
Where
I'm
her
sorry.
heart used
Like
to
the
be.
fact that you still could not see how you were wrong in that. You lost me for that, Amy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You lost me for that. And as they said, it was just a disrespect because even try to explain, he tried to explain the whole thing at the hotel bar where all the other wives were texting their husband and like, oh, this is what we're doing. This is how it's going.
Yeah.
And still, you did not think that. He deserved a message or something like this is what I'm doing. So that was
so she said that, you know, she tried physical connection, emotional connection, everything. So
I have a question for y'all in the comment.
Ask.
Is having sex with someone a try?
So that's what Haley said. That
I want to understand that. Even though Kevin was agreeing with her, I was like, you can't say that you having sex with someone is you try.
So throughout the reunion, Jacob kept reiterating that she hated me, that everything, like she hated me as a person, even like me breathing irritated her, everything. So then Kevin, the host, now brought up the question that, but you guys had sex. In my whole experience, I've never had sex with a woman that hated me. And then Jacob was like, nah, she despised me. I don't think that Haley was trying to have a connection with him. I think she just had an itch. It was Vegas. The mood was there.
I want to link towards that too.
She was drunk. She was getting wavy.
She's saying that having a sex is a try, guys. Yeah, let me not get into what's going on in my head.
Because the reason why I think it's a lie is because remember when Dr. Viviana gave them that small exercise of sleeping in the same bed, giving each other a kiss? That was a try.
That could have been a try.
But you didn't even attempt it.
Don't say that.
So
I think Kev is thinking from the perspective of people from these days where sex was such I hate to say, a big deal.
Yeah, girl, you didn't try.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then she now
guys, let me know. Would you, if you didn't have an immediate connection with somebody, would you then say your next try would be to have sex with them? Please let us know in the comment your thought on that, because for me, I don't know. I don't believe it, but I want to hear what people have to say on that.
I don't know. Y'all tell us. She then when they had the meeting with the girls, she then now tried to humiliate Jacob.
Oh yeah.
And basically said that, you know, the sex was bad. Like, she didn't say it in those words, but she alluded
the facial
to it.
expression, everything was like.
Now let me tell you something, Haley. You told us you were drunk. So how do you know that you were not just lying there like a dead fish? Honestly, and the thing is, it's so annoying because everyone thinks that the onus is on the man to make the sex enjoyable. Yeah. What if it was you? Yeah. But now you've gone on national TV and made. Anyways, Jacob ain't worried. His DMs are open. Now that I know that his family likes to get down with the sisters, I know some sisters are coming for Jacob, so I'm not even worried about him.
DM is about to be embarrassing.
Yeah, I don't know about you though, Haley, because you're just like
as Dr. Pepper said, and she made great point. Haley has some serious work to be done. Because for you to watch back that whole season and not be able to sit down there and take accountability for anything and still say you're trying. Like I keep trying to I don't want to stress myself because this season was long. Go watch back the whole season, but at what point were you actually trying? Is it when you buy him the shirt? Is that what you're talking about? What are you talking about when you say you were trying? I don't understand it, and that's up to you. If in your mind of mind you feel like you tried, kudos to you. Well, now that it's done,
even Chris, in all his messed up ways, he apologized.
Yeah,
you understand, but you did. Yeah, but you just sat there and just made it seem.
So on that note of Chris, let's jump into the mess called Mr. Chris Williams.
Chris and Paige.
Yeah, guys, I don't even think I want to really dwell on this for so long because I'm just.
So the main points that we found out after decision day, these two went counseling together to reconcile and figure things out. Chris kept referring to himself as in third person. I guess he's watched Derek Jackson.
Took some notes.
Because I don't understand.
Took some notes.
So Kev now asked them point blank. So do you guys want to be with each other? Have you guys reconciled? He couldn't say categorically if he wanted to be with her. He just kept saying,
Chris Williams is immature.
Yeah.
Chris Williams is not ready. Paige is a whole beautiful woman. Chris Williams, shut up.
Shut up.
Chris Williams.
Do you know?
a favor, shut up.
Do you know what it is when he's still trying to dodge? So what he wants to do is eat his cake and have it. I'm sure that he's still getting it in with Mercedes and some other women in his DM. So he doesn't want to come on national TV and be like him and Paige have been kicking it.
It definitely even looks as if they're still kicking it, to be honest.
No, definitely, because
even when he walked out, I can't believe
why she's still chasing him.
Ooh, but sis though, okay, you came with that Bodiana. I saw you looking good. Everything. She backed it up all in Pastor Dwight's face. Although Pastor Dwight had to be
Dwight was like, I shall not be tempted. Like she really backed it up in his face.
Back.
We'll get to
that. Bodiana, she was looking good, but I was like, why did you follow him? Why are you still chasing?
So the reason why I think they're still kicking it, and maybe by the end of this reunion things change, like Paige's eyes really opened, was when Kevin asked the question.
The reunion couldn't have opened Paige's eye, because if she watched the old season and her
eyes didn't open. So Kevin asked a question about sex. Like I can't remember what he asked, but he asked something along the lines of sex.
He asked her that, why did you keep having sex when it was this much of a mess?
And she said, out of respect for my family and myself, I don't want to talk about sex. And then Chris was like, out of respect for Paige, I don't want to talk about sex either. And Kevin was like, y'all have still been doing it. I know you have, because every time they panned the camera to Paige's face, she had this look of love in her eyes, this look of longing and just wanting him. Sis, y'all can tell that we're fed up with them. So they brought out Pastor Dwight in hopes that him and Chris could reconcile, and Chris is just a child.
What's the name of Lifetime? Y'all run for that.
Y'all did things intentionally to provoke him. Like, you knew it was going to provoke him.
Did you see how many times, even after the first reunion, they still played that?
Out of all the black queens, they played it about 5 times.
She needs to really like get on them.
Yeah, they kept playing that scene over and over again.
It's ridiculous.
And I'm like, have you guys not humiliated her enough?
It's ridiculous.
So Pastor Dwight came on. My God, he was looking like a snack, a whole meal dessert
with the shappy edges. And him and Chris, they shop at the same place.
They shop at the same, because we were in the same suit, maybe different color, but
the same color.
It was a different shade. Yeah,
one was darker.
But Pastor Dwight wore it better.
Pastor Dwight could have sneezed and it would have been better than Chris.
So Pastor Dwight was just basically trying to explain where he came from when he went to approach Paige and talk to her. And then Chris's whole anger was that she's my wife. You don't talk to her before talking to me. I'm like, Chris, don't you remember when Pastor Dwight and the other friend tried to talk to you and reason with you, and you were being rude and on your phone, and you just shut down that conversation completely?
Selective listening.
Yeah. So Chris was like, oh, I don't see him as a mentor. He was supposed to be a friend, blah, blah, blah. He basically started getting irate and angry. And was like, I'll meet you in the parking lot.
The funny thing about that scene was that they were doing so well before Pastor Dwight came on. Like, it seemed like they had a whole media training consultant thing going, and they were putting on a little show, whatever. And they were doing so well, which is fine and whatnot. Chris basically, he aggravated himself. I've never seen someone just...
Sorry, Kevin said the same thing. Beautiful media training, Chris. Yeah. Because he was
planning himself.
He was politically correct.
Yeah, he was answering everything. He apologized.
Kevin was like, beautiful media training.
Yeah, he was doing everything right. But I felt like they knew it was coming there with that media training. They're like, nah, we don't want this Chris.
But then, to be honest,
crazy Chris.
I don't see anything that Pastor Dwight said that set
That's why I said that.
He didn't say anything
The
whatsoever.
funny thing is that Chris was finding himself hot. You know when you have a heart and you're trying to like light up, like you're trying to do bonfire, and he was literally like until he blew all the way up, he was literally finding himself hot. It was crazy because let him say what he had to say and be gone. That's fine. But why were you just like? And that's what we're talking about. You don't like to take correction. You don't like to listen. Things has to be done your own way. And until Chris figures himself out. I really, and the sad thing is that someone out there is longing after this guy right now.
I'm sure his DMs is just crazy. I'm sure his DMs are blowing off. What irritated me was after he got really angry and upset with the whole Pastor Dwight situation, he walked off and then Paige was there. Kevin had to call Paige back, like, Paige, come back. Why are you chasing after this man still? After everything he has put you through.
Chasing after
No. Paige, don't annoy me.
Yeah.
Don't annoy me.
And Paige is gonna tell me afterward, I'm not a weak-minded woman. Okay.
She was coming in with all her quotes. I had a wedding and a funeral. I had to choose myself. It was so traumatizing, but I respect myself.
Paige's commitment to the process is stronger than Gorilla Glue.
It is.
And that's on period. I said what I said.
It is.
It just makes me sad. Like that's why I don't even know how to like address this anymore. Because I'm just like, I don't know what's left to say. I wish her nothing but the best. I hope that they asked, because Paige's sister friend came, Nancy, and they asked Nancy.
So that was the bridesmaid, Paige's bridesmaid.
Yeah.
The one that when Chris was speaking to her was like,
no,
she's not a trophy wife. The one that wanted to pop off and
and they were like, oh, I love the question Kevin asked that. We were wondering where were our friends and family, and they were like, she was like, trust me, we're not like Paige.
We're not dignified, we're not composed, we're not reserved.
Man, I was cracking.
I was like, that's true.
I'm like, oh,
and I said it, and I'm sure they didn't want to come on TV and act a fool. So Nancy was like,
Nancy is the one, okay? She's the one. Chris, if she catches you in the back alley, guess what? It's on like donkey donk, okay?
But you know what really not upset me was like, Paige, why didn't you listen? Was Nancy and the bridesmaid, although they didn't tell her categorically what Chris said, you know, Nancy was like, it's her wedding day, don't want to ruin it. But we did give her prompts that, you know, be careful of this guy, be wary of him. And Paige did acknowledge that they did try to give her prompts.
And so guys, and this is another thing I was like, Kevin even said, Paige, it's okay to chuck this guy out. Just chuck him out. Let's see it out.
But she's just so dignified. Like, I need that. I don't know if I don't want it.
Like, I'm a Christian woman. Paige, it's okay.
Yeah, you can be a Christian woman, but don't roll over and let somebody walk over you repeatedly.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say about these two.
Like that awkward arg when they were done. I was like, it's the arg for me. That arg was weird, but okay.
So Kevin said something that's a really good statement. He was like, you know, when he was saying, Paige, it's okay to choke him out and all of that. Chris had left the stage at this point. Was that everyone was really confused by why you were still holding on to Chris, and it wasn't from a place of hurt, it wasn't from a place of hate. It's not that we hated you, we were just bewildered, we were just confused because you didn't know this man from Adam. You did not have any emotional ties or children or any kind of ties with this man. This man was a complete stranger. So for us, the audience watching it, we didn't understand why you volunteered yourself to go through that situation after knowing everything that this man has done. You know, so, and what did she say?
I don't remember.
Something about God, the process, and...
No, she was like, oh, you guys don't understand. It wasn't like... That's when she went into, I'm not a weak-minded woman, but I was committed to the process. This is a legal marriage. I wanted to make sure that... That's how, guys, I promise you, that's how I'll be feeling when she's talking now. Because I just don't, like, it hurts me to see what she's going through. And I just don't know yeah. I have nothing to say to that anymore. And
so
that's that.
Nancy the bridesmaid made a very good statement. She said that Paige is on a journey of healing, that the new man will have to help her unpack new wounds which Chris has given her, but that Paige is emerging and she'll come out stronger. And that really touched me, because thinking about the wounds, the scars that she already has, now this whole experience has now added to that. And I wonder, like, what I was even saying is, Paige, I don't even want you to think about any relationship at this point. Don't even think about dating.
She was thinking about it because
I saw the preview. Yeah,
you thought you were nah.
She looked like she was on a date. I don't even want you
on a date
to sniff a man, to be around a man.
At the end of the day, you're gonna treat that man the way you think Chris treated you. You know, she's not ready.
She's not ready.
I hate to be like, I know what's going on in her mind, but I promise you,
you're not ready.
I know what you're not ready.
You're not ready. You need to heal. You need to heal physically, emotionally.
If 2 weeks ago you could still even sit on the same couch as this guy, you're not ready.
I expected the way Jacob and Haley sat was the way Chris and Paige will sit, but no, she was still kind of like leaning.
I was like, nah.
Yeah.
This is wrong.
Anything else for Chris and Paige?
Nah. I just felt like, guys, I don't know. Yeah, Chris is a mess. Paige is a mess, and the experts, they did not know what they were doing. And they gotta take accountability for that one too.
Yeah. But when they had the sit down with the experts, when Kevin had to sit down with the experts,
right,
they basically said that the person that Chris presented himself to be,
that means the system is flawed.
It's flawed because because that's the thing though. It's an interview.
This guy on Instagram. There's nothing I've seen about Chris so far that should have allowed him to be on that show. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But if you think about it, it's like an interview, like when we go for a job, we put our best self forward.
Apparently they do home visit, they do other things.
Home visit. You're not gonna come in unannounced. I would have cleaned up my house and everything by the time you come to visit. So because they're not really spending time, and I don't even know whether they're talking to the family members also.
Yeah.
But the process is definitely flawed. They need to review the process again. But it's just so sad. I don't even know if Paige should get a redo. She should just go and heal.
Nah, she should just go and heal.
They've already...
Someone better will find her. She's an amazing, like, Paige, you are a beautiful woman. Like, don't let anybody talk to you. Don't let anybody talk down to you. You have your head on. You're doing great things. So hone it. I understand that you got stuck in this one. This one did you dirty. And, but
let's be a learning.
It's hard though.
Yeah, it's hard.
Because I'm just like, if you go into a marriage and you're Christian and you don't believe in divorce, you would try and fight. You know what I mean? I can understand what she was trying to do, but the biggest mistake that she made,
she had sex with him too quickly.
That was it for me.
Yeah.
If that was not in the game. That was it for me. That was it for me. That was what you did for me. I really wish she didn't do that.
Repeatedly,
I really wish she didn't do that. That's the biggest step. But I know that, sis, I'm praying for you. God's got you.
Yeah. Pray for healing for you.
Anything
anything else you want to talk about this reunion? Anything else left to say?
I miss Vinny and the stripper.
Oh yeah. We showed a flashback.
Yeah.
Of Vinny and a stripper. This was during their like bachelor's party or whatever.
Yeah. Jeannie didn't know back when they asked her about Chris. When they had the group together, she was like, yeah, I don't believe it. I don't need this apology. I don't think this apology means anything.
Period.
We don't believe it. She don't believe nothing Evie selling.
Period.
Chris is just, he couldn't even stay.
He wasn't present for the rest of the group.
Like, if you're really truly sorry for what you're doing, and that's what we talk about in terms of like word and actions, right? You say the words, but your actions don't align. They don't align. They don't align. And my own thing is that, girls, please don't go and start DMing Chris. Stay away from the demons.
I'm sure Ryan has told Clara, like, if you put your mouth into
Nah, you know what was so funny? When they replayed, so you know the first time when they first of all went to talk to Chris, it was Clara and
Virginia.
Jenny. But on the bus, when the bus was
Clara kept her mouth shut.
Ryan sat down, Clara just and they were just in the middle. Claus, Eric and Ginny were in front, and those people were at the back. Clara, they didn't even, they were looking out of the window. I wish I could get like a snippet. It was so funny.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, you would have told that even in the middle, like, girl, don't say
that's not your business. Let them sort it out themselves.
That's not your business. Don't say
And he's
anything.
right.
And he's right. At the end of the day, Chris and Ginny, and they could have said whatever they said, but that was still not their business. I'm sorry. Everyone's gonna walk through their journey.
So that's the thing. You're not responsible for somebody else's actions.
No, you're not.
People will always act out. People will always say things that you don't like.
Yeah.
People will push your buttons.
Yeah.
You're only responsible for the way you react to things.
Yeah, for sure.
And Chris is an immature child that every time someone says things that he doesn't like, sometimes he's provoked and he's well in his right to be provoked. However, especially with the way they portray black people on television, I'm just so angry that as a black man he came on that show and every stereotype, every prejudice is what he checked. Like, no, you don't do that. You try to be better and show that, you know what, black people are not clowns. Black people are not all about lies and deceit and just...
It was just that old stereotype message.
Yeah, especially with the pastor who's like, I'll meet you in the parking lot. I'll meet you in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And the pastor was like, sit down, sit down. You ain't gonna I promise you.
Pastor Dwight will whoop his butt.
Of course.
He will whoop his butt all the way into his mama's house.
Yeah.
God says, you know,
Pastor Dwight looks like he's been
spare the
rod
and spoil the child. Okay.
Yeah, but that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, guys, they just dragged the season and now they
have another episode of Where Are They Now or something. I don't think we're gonna review that.
I don't care. We say that now, but we might watch it.
We'll see how it goes.
Y'all deserve some tea on that. But thank you so much, guys, for rocking with us this season. Next season is gonna be in Houston. But please stay on our channel. We're gonna be doing other things. I'm trying to still get Alero to let us do blue therapy because
oh my god, guys, y'all should check out blue therapy.
That is so juicy. I want us to do it because even though it's not a marriage, it's just some crazy weirdness, I still find it super hilarious. But apart from that, let us know other shows we can get into that we can talk about. But away from all of that, so we're gonna have our fun content coming
and let us know what other content you'd like to see on the show.
Please,
so please comment.
Please. So guys, welcome back to our channel again. So like, subscribe, comment, share with friends, and watch the space. More fun things to come. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Have a good week. Bye.